Alright, so I am just a little bit excited. This is the Apimaye Beehive, and I just purchased it. It came today. I bought it on Amazon yesterday, and believe it or not, it came today. They must have had one in stock. It's coming from Arizona, but according to this, it came from, it was already in Tennessee. So it is absolutely cool. It's a food grade plastic, and it's got all the gadgets. I haven't even cracked this thing open yet. I've watched a few videos, so I'm only familiar with that. Just to start here, see how these close and open. So if you want to transport your hive, of course you do this at nighttime when they're all home, but you simply just lock that in. It's got these handles, and you can move it and take it anywhere. Very simple. It's got some weight to it. I thought it'd be really easy to steal, and maybe it is, but it's still heavy even without the bees in it. Then of course add some supers in here with some frames in here with honey, and the weight would just be too much. Not exactly sure what this is. Probably just some data storage. We got these little cool vents here, which is important in the hot weather. You can even open this up a little bit. You can regulate the size, so anything too big doesn't go in there. Very cool ventilation. I'm excited about that. It's got latches on the side. Let's get some all put together. Open this thing up. Very simple. And there it is. Let's see, that's the top. Take a look at that. And right here you have your syrup. You can put your honey syrup in here. There's actually two up in here. I'm not sure what you can see over there. I'll bring this over so take a look at it. See? Hopefully it's getting a look. I don't even know until I watch this later, but that's how it goes. You can actually, this comes with a divider, and you can split the super and actually create two nukes right down the middle. You take your divider, replace a frame, and you have two nukes. And you can get one side's going to end up with the queen, and the other side's either going to have to generate one themselves or somehow move in back next door. But more than likely, they'll work to generate their own queen. Let's see. So that is really, really cool. Take this off. Very neat. It's got these spacers for the frames. So it's got plastic frames. I've never had a plastic hive before. A true beekeeper probably, I don't know if they would use this or not, but I'm just a hobbyist. And on this hive, I really don't care about harvesting any honey. We just want to keep everything for the garden. So that's what I'm going to do. But I love these little spacers. And here is something cool too. You get the wax insert frames, and you kind of got to slide them in on the wooden frames. And on this one, they split apart. Now I'm the person that always breaks stuff like this. Let's see what happens. Nope. Wow. That is too cool. So far so good. Okay. I don't have any wax inserts yet, or I'd show you. I'm not sure. That should come all the way off. Yeah, it does. There we go. So you just slip the wax insert in top there and just snap it back on. It just doesn't get any easier than that. I've sat there with the wire. I'm sure you guys understand if you've dealt with that before. So that should be cool. Now, a lot of beekeepers won't do this because it's plastic, but it's food grade plastic, and I'm going to give it a shot because it's got all these cool. I really like the ventilation feature in the summertime. That's going to be great. Put the spacers on. The spacers just too cool. Let me just remove this. Okay, so it's pretty heavy, even without it. So we're going to unlatch this, and we're going to unlatch this. we'll take this super off. Give me the first super. Now it comes with a queen excluder. I don't use these. You know, when the honeybees, you know, they work so hard, and when they come through these things, it hurts their wings, and they already have a short life, so there's no need in even making it shorter. I give them free roam throughout the hive, and again, I'm not trying to produce honey or, you know, make sure no queen gets up in the top super to lay eggs, so I really don't care if she does or not. I want her to go wherever she wants to go. So I won't use this, but it comes with it. Then this is more of the same here. Let me give you a shot of that as well. Come over here, I don't want to block the sun. See if you can see the plastic frames. You can see it goes down. I'll show you the bottom board next. Hopefully you can see that all right. Get this back in. Okay. So that is neat. Now I'm not sure how this snaps on, this bottom board. It's got to snap on somehow, right? Does it slide in? I really don't know. We have this here. So this collects pollen. It's also a good way to test for varroa mites and things like that. But the pollen will drop in here for some beekeepers harvest the pollen. I'm not sure if this one has the propolis trap. I read about so many of these things and decided to go with this one. It had most of everything I wanted. I don't think this one has the propolis trap, but it does have this, which is cool, so I'll keep that. It's a screened-in bottom board. I just got to figure it out. And this, you would use this insert here if you didn't want to use you would plug it up with this unit here. I don't know how that fits in, but that's where it goes. Now, let's see. This side. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to pause you for a minute. Okay, so as it turns out, it is locked in with a couple of screws. I thought this snapped right off, and I certainly find that it doesn't. And it wouldn't have slipped off easily, but it appears there's a couple of screws here, and I'm not exactly sure if this comes off or not. I'll check, but it really doesn't need to. I took the frames out, and I'll show you what it looks like. The pollen trap is in there. Give you a look. See that? And then right here in the back, you would just slip this out here. And there's the pollen trap. So that comes out. There you have it. Screened in bottom. Here, I'll put this together now, see how I do. Putting it back together. It really is neat. Here's the box. The entry again. Another vent. I'll wait for another place for the bees to get out. When it's cold, you can just shut that down. Very cool. Little vent there. Block the ants out. Keep the bigger bees out, bubbles and stuff. And even though they don't stand a chance in there, they'll still try to get in there. All right, let's snap this thing back together and see what happens. Let's start with this thing. Okay. Just slip this in like that. That's pretty simple. I'm going to put some frames in. And it comes with, pretty sure it's 10 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Very cool. It's got 10. Now it has this divider here. Comes with a couple of them. So you can actually turn this into 2 nukes. Or it's got this vent control, and you can shut that down. See these vents? It's got a little dial right here. Because they'll be, if you're trying to create 2 separate hives, you kind of want to, I'm guessing you probably don't want them being able to have the other queen sent. So you take out the center, then there's grooves already built into this thing, and you would stick this right down the middle, and then you have, wow, 5, they do fit. I thought for sure that it was only going to be 4 on each. You could go with 4. I'll give you a look there. So you've just split the hive that easily. How cool is that? Let me tell you, that is very cool. Okay. All right. We'll take this out for now. Let's hope I'm doing a split sometime end of this year, beginning of next. We'll see. Oh, then we got the spacers, so it gives a good. So we just put these on. Kind of a cool feature. It comes with 2, so you get 1 in there. Put this one right next to it and slide it forward. That's pretty simple. Okay, now I'm not going to use the queen excluder. If you wanted to, you would put that on there. But again, these little guys, it's to keep the queen from going up into the top super. So all the girls do up top is make honey, with no eggs or anything like that in the top. But it will damage their wings. Did you know a honeybee only lives 6 weeks? Why shorten that life? And they work very hard. Okay, so now we're going to put the next box on. Keep that out. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to put this underneath. I forgot to put this back. This catches the pollen. Slides right in here somehow. Yeah, there's a little rail there. Real simple. Okay. This is already set up. And it's got like a little edge here, because you're always trying to line up your wood box to make sure it's on the edge properly. Well, this one will go right on, nice and snugly. And then we're going to hook her up like that. It's got 2 latches, so if you had the queen excluder in here, there's a lower level because it would rise it up just a little bit, so it has a second area to hook up to. Obviously I don't need that, so okay. Doing this side. And so cool. Just the simplicity of it all. I'm not sure how real professional beekeepers feel about this. I'm sure they have their opinions, but I would imagine they prefer old school style. And these things also fit. They got little knobs right there, so they fit in. Everything's nice and tight. Get these out of the way. Step on this thing here. Now we're going to put the box on. Another vent. Awesome. Now these things you can, it says candy or syrup, so you can set it. I'm not sure if you can see that, to what food you're feeding them. I guess I'll be feeding them syrup. I don't know yet. Our bees are coming late. There was a tornado up in North Georgia the other day. And I normally get my bees from Mountain Honey in Toccoa, but they got hit pretty hard. I mean, badly. So I'm going to use Be Well, and they're fairly close in South Carolina, in the same direction, and they should be here sometime next week. I'm guessing maybe the 28th or the 29th, something like that. The install. Also, again, so you don't have to worry about this thing. It's got little grooves, little thing right here, so it sits right in and fits. You lock it in. Why is that low? Did I do something wrong? Just want to make sure I'm good. Everything seems to be in there properly. So because it's raised up a little bit, I'm going to have to go with this the second notch. I have 1 and 2. So I'll go with the lower one. Just like that. Over here. All right. I am very excited. That is going to be with the handles. So the Apimaye Beehive, A-P-I-M-A-Y-E, and that's my review so far. Hope to have more for you, and I'm excited.